All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up, movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the FOMC aftermath. That's right, aftermath. Everyone was thinking bearish. And you know, Powell was actually kind of dovish. He was actually kind of nice. He was kind of nice today. So today we are going to follow up from Tom Crown's live stream. So everybody coming in from Tom's live stream, welcome. And we're going to take over the trading from here. And I'm guessing Tom got the pump and I'm going to be stuck with the dump. The aftermath will be the aftermath. Tom got all the good stuff and now I'm going to be like, ah, right? That's what probably will happen. But we can talk about, we can talk about this run that we had, right? That was pretty nice. And maybe this is just a short pullback and we're going to go higher. We'll be watching that during the KrissPax live stream today. Welcome, everybody. Come on in, grab a chair, grab some popcorn, maybe a drink. If you made it through Jerome Powell and the FOMC, we are going to talk about what happened a little bit. We'll kind of go through a little chronology of what happened. And then see what pumped, what dumped, what's kind of going sideways, and where things might go from here. So welcome, everyone. This is the FOMC Aftermath Show. Every FOMC, I'm over on Tom Crown's channel in the chat while Tom is doing his thing. And then I take over from here. So let's go. Let's get at it. The big news, of course, is the Federal Reserve just cut interest rates by 25 basis points or 0.25, lowering interest rates to a 3.5% to 3.75% range. That is the range for, it's essentially what businesses like borrow money for. That's not like mortgage rates. Mortgage rates are their own thing. They're still at like 6% or something. This is like federal funds rate, okay? The Fed Chair Powell said today, the interest rate will be lowered by 25 basis points. So that was the big news right there. And we had, of course, this little drop right there. So this is from the summer. We've had 1, 2, 3 drops since the summer, 25 basis points each of those 3 drops for a total of 0.75 from the summer. So some people in the chat over there were wondering, what, did he say 75 basis? If we just dropped 7, no. He said since the summer, right? Because they paused. Remember, they did a pause. That's that horizontal line right there. They did a pause, right? I called it fear of tariffs. Fear of tariffs. And then he realized, you know, tariffs really don't have as much impact on the data as we thought. Because he was waiting for the data. He said, well, we don't have our data. Well, now they've caught up. So they're right at where they kind of said they were going to be. They were projecting by the end of 2026, they would be at this range, and here they are. Going forward, I think Tom said, and I agree, we're not going to be seeing many rate cuts going forward. And I'll show you why in just a minute. So that is what happened. So a chronology from the bottom. The Fed cut rates by 25 basis points. There were 3 dissents to the rate cuts at the Fed. Interesting. There was one that actually wanted a 50 basis point rate cut, and there were 2 that were like 0. So they were not in 100% agreement, but that's why there's a board, right? It's not Chair Powell making the decision. Some people forget that. They go, oh, Chair Powell sucks. It's not Chair Powell, right? It's the board. Now, Chair Powell may be on the board next year. He is still he is still the Fed chair until May 2026. That's when his contract is up. He is not resigning. He is not being fired, right? It's just when his contract is up. Also, he may join the board, right? Or just be part of the board when the new Fed chair comes in, which will be interesting to see. And he votes against like Hassett, if it's Hassett, right? So that'll be fun to watch. And we'll miss old Chirpow, won't we? We'll miss Chirpow. But going forward, there's like 3 more FOMCs before Chirpow steps down. So we will enjoy them. And then it'll be on to the next, at least 4 cuts. Frogger, there may only be 1. We got dot plots to show you. Dot plots. His contract is up in May. So a new Fed chair, which you'll probably hear next week, Trump is probably going to announce the new Fed chair, but the new Fed chair doesn't start until May. It's just a change of contract, right? New contract. Powell's contract is up. The term, right? The term ends. Exactly, Nick. So that's what's going to happen in May. So Chirpow has 3 more FOMCs that he is going to be the chair of. And then I called it step down. Nick's closer, right? The term ends. And the new guy comes in. All right. The Fed will start reserve management purchases this week, buying $40 billion of treasury bills in the next 30 days. So they are, right? They're upping their balance sheet, right? They're making things seem like smooth as silk. The Fed sees unemployment reaching 4.4% in 2026. So unemployment ticking up a little bit, right? We've got inflation easing to 2.4, still not at the 2% level, but Powell said later he still thinks eventually it'll get to 2%. So inflation coming down, unemployment ticking up, rate cut. So that was pretty much priced in. Again, we'll look at the actual price up and down, but I know, Charles, Tom stole my thunder. I'm going to be stuck with the dump here, but we'll check into that in just a minute. Federal officials have left their median outlook for federal funds rate unchanged, 3.6% at the end of 2025, 3.4 in 2026. So that's like 1 rate cut. And then 3.1 in 2027, 2028. So longer run rate, 3%. So, I mean, it's just going to be a couple little moves here and there, and most of it is just going to be holding steady. So that's what's coming in. Rates are now in a plausible range of neutral. Monetary policy is not on a set course. Everyone at the table, FOMC, agrees that inflation is too high, right? They all still want to see inflation ticking down more, but it's not bad. Inflation actually isn't bad overall. Now, there's a few items that tick up every now and then. Prices are still high overall from where they were years ago, which some of the analysts highlighted, especially the ABC and the NBC ones, right? They're saying, yeah, the poor are still hurting out there, right? Because we had so much high inflation. Now inflation is ticking down, but prices overall, except for gas, are still elevated, right? So the economy is not great. And yeah, that's what we've got. We think job gains are overstated by 60K in recent months. If recent months haven't made a decision on January rate move yet, of course, because they need all of the data. They didn't have all the data. They figured they had enough from independent analysis to make the 25 basis point rate cut, but they don't have the full data, November, December, which they will have before the next FOMC in January. But they're basically just going to keep rates the same. I mean, if I was betting on Polymarket right now, I would bet on no rate cut in January, because that's probably what it's going to be. As Powell said, I don't think a rate hike is anyone's base case. Rates are either holding here, cutting a little, or cutting a lot. It's like holding here. So I want to turn this job over to whoever replaces me with the economy in good shape. He was asked the question, right, about like, what's your legacy? And I was just like, what a dumb question. He's not going to talk about legacy. His term isn't up till May. So what's your legacy? No, it's not what your legacy is. It's like, he's just like, look, I just want to get through my term with the economy in good shape. I want to hand over the keys with things going smooth as silk. Smooth as silk. Statement of the day, smooth as silk. There is still some risk of tariff inflation. So that's still a thing. Yeah, that's about it. That is about it. So we had the dot plots, and I didn't really look at this too closely, but obviously there was one outlier way down here. I think that's the new guy, right? In 2026, that's like the Trump-led like rate cuts. So he's way down here. I think that's who that is, most likely. But yeah, by the end of 2027, most likely we'll be at 3%. So that's like one rate cut this year and one rate cut next year. And that's about it. So yeah, his legacy. It's like, what a dumb question. What's your legacy? I just want to hand the keys over with the economy in good shape. Will we ever get to the 2% goal? I don't think so. I don't think inflation is going to get down to 2% because there's still enough things going on that would warrant, that keeps inflation a little high, mostly tariff-based, I think. So we go to the 5-minute chart and we look what happened here. So you'll see we were already from this morning, Dogecoin was going on a nice steady rise, right? And then we get to the volatility, right? And this is what I said. Remember, I said that yesterday. As soon as we get the rate cut, there's going to be volatility. Remember, I did that? Volatility, right? Well, we did. We had this move, and then we had the follow-up move down, and then we had a move all the way up, and then crashed all the way down, and then up and down and up and down. So this is how it was, right? That's what I was expecting. You know, it was volatility up and down, right? And that's what happens. And even Tom says, look, in trading, especially if you're trying to do short-term scalping, you're trying to do short-term scalping, right? And you're trying to do it with leverage, chances are you're going to get liquidated on these kinds of moves. And it was on Bitcoin too. Bitcoin was doing the same thing. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? So anyone who came in while there were green candles came in, they came in with a leverage trade. There was a following retrace to take out those trades. I know, nothing burger, right, Aussie? I saw that. And I was like, nothing burger. That's what I say. I always say nothing burger. People are stealing my statements, what I say. So Bitcoin climbed out of its brown box. Dogecoin climbed out of its brown box. So that's the good news, right? The good news is we're out of the brown boxes. Now, obviously the fear is, right, that there's going to be this aftermath that is going to dump back down. Typically, we don't see that right away. There's usually like a day delay before the real move happens post FOMC. So it's not immediate. Like all the volume was here, right? This is where all the volume of trading was during FOMC. And then what happens from there is the volume then ticks down to nothing. And it all gets quiet again. So the quietness here just means the price is just going to bounce around up here, 14.8 to 14.9. Most likely that is what's going to happen. Most likely that's what's going to happen. We'll check the heat map in a minute, Mr. Gels. We will check that in just a minute. So that's the price action that happened during FOMC. We had ETH spike up over 3,400 a couple of times. So ETH is looking strong, stronger than Bitcoin, which means the Bitcoin dominance. Actually, Bitcoin dominance was going up too. That's interesting. Even though ETH was outperforming Bitcoin Bitcoin was still outperforming most other alts. So dominance was going up. Interesting. I was expecting the opposite. We did have the S&P 500 had a nice run up. We had the NASDAQ had a nice run up. We had the Dow Jones have a nice run up. And then someone said the Russell. So the Russell. It's not this one. Which is it? I forget the Russell indices. There it is. Is a new all-time high. So we have a new all-time high today for the Russell. Its previous all-time high was 2540. It had reached that early this morning, came back, retested, and then moved higher. So Russell 2000 is at new all-time high. And what a lot of people were saying before was, well, if the Russell hits a new all-time high, then it's alt season. Alt season, right? And I was like, I never believed that. Right? There's no correlation between the Russell 2000 small cap stocks and alt season, right? The small cap alts. It's not a direct correlation. It really isn't. And thus, this Bitcoin dominance actually going up reinforces that. Russell 2000 hits a new all-time high and Bitcoin dominance is going up. So forget that correlation. Forget that. Gold did a big run. Gold was way down at the beginning following the rate cut. Gold dropped down to 41.80, and then just while Chair was speaking, it went on a big run up to 42.36. Now at 42.35. So that's where gold is. So that's a good move for gold. Gold usually doesn't run like that. But then we've got this silver thing, right? We got silver. And I forget which one is the silver, because it's not a stock, right? It's a silver. It's not an index. How to say all? Just give me silver. There we go. Silver, 61.85. 61.85 on silver, which is, of course, a new all-time high. So I got to put a horizontal line on that. New all-time high for silver at 61.87. That hit just now. 61.87, new all-time high for silver. So why is silver going on a big run? That's crazy. Gold and silver just running. And then, of course, we have Luna. What's going on with Luna? So we zoom out, and like Luna went on a big run today again. So more Dogecoin related stuff for Luna Classic. And we even had Loopring today went on this big run up to 9 cents and all the way back down to 6.5. So Loopring, if you guys are in, I got out of that a long time ago, but it's some crazy run today. So there's some odd things going on today, which we'll continue to watch. Dogecoin looks like it's dropping back into the brown box. So not good. Not good for Doge. Heat maps. So what happened today, right? Well, I mean, certainly there was volatility. In the last 4 hours, we had longs and shorts getting taken out. Looks like ETH was more targeted than Bitcoin, mostly because ETH hit 3,400, and that was a big number on the shorts. So ETH had $40 million in shorts liquidated, 18 million in longs. So a lot on ETH over the last 4 hours, were a total of $128 million over the last 4 hours on the liquidations. So if we look at the heat maps, then we will see there was volatility up and down as expected. That's why you don't trade this, right? Right? You see it drop down, you see them taking out longs, and then you see it come up and they take out a bunch of shorts. So they're good with all of those shorts, and now it's going to come back down to take out more longs. Typically what would be expected. So I get stuck with the aftermath. Tom gets all the good stuff. Yeah, see these new longs coming in? See these big yellow longs here? All excited because Bitcoin is pumping? Yeah, they're going to get liquidated. Bitcoin's going to go back down to 92K, and it's going to take out hundreds of millions of dollars of longs. You can see that coming. Unfortunately, that's coming. And then on Doge, again, not as much dollar-wise, but the same kind of price action. Again, drops down, takes out some longs, right? Comes up, takes out a bunch of shorts, and now dropping down. And here's a new short right there at 14.6. Yeah, that's gone. $2 million. Big target right there for Doge at 14.6. So it looks like we're not that far away from that. So, oh yeah, look at that. So now we get the aftermath. We had the pump, and now it's dumpage time, my friends. Unfortunately, Tom gets all the good stuff, and I get the sucky leftovers. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that. Yo, checking in. Checking in. How you doing, Chaos? How you doing? CZ. CZ's just chilling now. He made his damage yesterday. The emoji burger makes me want to make something. Burger. It was actually a nothing burger, but yeah. It's the nothing burger. At least we ended up higher-ish. Yeah, and now it's like Dogecoin back in the red on the day. Yuck. I know, the leverage traders, they don't learn. It's easier to do sports betting, right, Will? Just keep to your sports betting. Do not get into leverage trading. Do not. Oh, Rut is the Russell. Yeah, I got there eventually, but thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Joshua, busy at work? Thanks for stopping by. Like a broken record. The sloppy seconds. I know, Joe, right? I get Tom's sloppy seconds. Well, there's no more Gina, so, you know, Tom just has to dream about Gina because she's not there anymore. Ah, Gina. That was fun when it happened. You got a sound bar for your TV. The speakers weren't that good anymore, and now you can hear loud and clear. Well, if you can hear loud and clear with your sound bar, then you should enjoy this.
All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.69. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
There you go. How did that sound? I'll bet that sounded really good. Again, thanks to Calibeats for making the mad beat. All eyes on Doge. Miss Cali. I miss him. He should come back sometime. We were going to break out into a Marge Simpson pattern. Well, the Bart Simpson pattern Tom had on the Bitcoin chart, I forget, I don't know what time frame that was on, but it was like this mad Mad Bart Simpson up and down. He had these Bart. He had the Bart here. He had the upside down Bart. He had the right side up and the upside down again. He had like 4 Bart Simpsons on. And it's like, yeah, that's what it did. That's what it did. All eyes on Doge. Yeah, where is Charlotte? Mentions of burgers. Well, you know, she's had a burger now, so she's had a burger. I dream of Gina. I know, right? She was kind of cute, although she was taken. But, you know, details. Details. Down the hallway and back. Got a 5-month-old jumping to the beat, Nick. Really? I know. Crank it up. Crank it up. Soft landing at its finest, tied to the money machine. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end, we get all this volatility and it ends up being a nothing burger. But to the moon? Sure, we'll take it. Bark Simpson, right? The Bark Simpson with the, I've seen that little that meme there of the Bark Simpson. I've seen that before. Yep, sounded great. Will turned it up. The woofer kicked in. Awesome. Love it. Dough. Yeah, the FOMC aftermath is turning from a pump to a dump really quickly here. Really quickly. I may have to change the title of this. I think I got to change the title. Here we go. Pump, then dump. Yep, there it is. It's now a pump and then a dump. I can't change the thumbnail live, but I can at least change the title. And there it is. We're now the pump and the dump. Thanks, Tom. Sloppy seconds. Yeah. Waiting for $1 Dogecoin. Going to be waiting a long time, Will. What's up, Mud Zombie? Hey, we're just hanging. We're just hanging. I know. What island are they on out there in Hawaii? If they want to give it up, they don't have to. They don't have to if they want to stay private. You got a pump to dump? Yeah. Oh, right in Honolulu. Awesome. Right in the middle of things. Next time I do the FOMC stream. I did it a year ago when Tom was in Dubai and he couldn't do it. So I did it then. So if Tom is ever not able, I will broadcast it live here. But Tom's too good. I can't compete with Tom. And I have fun over there. So I'll just continue to do that. Elon, I summon you for a Dogecoin pump. Come on. Did you guys see my video this morning? The X Money update. Another banger of a video. X Money update. And did you notice it was a video with no charts? No charts. Somebody called it out on the comments like right away. It was just like, Kriss, you usually say, right? I'll show you the charts in the news. And I didn't say that today. I just said the news. I didn't say charts because there were no charts. And he called me on it right away. It's just like, no, you got to show the charts. But I was like, yeah, well, we'll show the charts now. It's like anything before the FOMC wasn't going to matter. All the price action was during FOMC. And it ends up being a big nothing burger, is what it ends up being. A big nothing burger, which is too bad because we were kind of enjoying the run up. We were kind of enjoying the big volume spike. And now it's like it dumped back down. So not enjoying that. Ain't got time. Ain't got time for that 2%. Ain't got time for that. Hey, Maramello, how are you? Do you remember the Robinhood? And yeah, you could chat on there before. That was 2020. I think they had that. I think from the end of 2019 to 2020, I think something like that. Good times. Robinhood wasn't big and fancy like it is now. They weren't making anywhere near the money that they are now either. So now those kinds of chat things, that's so beneath them, right? So beneath them. Gonna make something to eat, Duchess? Kona coffee. Mud Zombie, thank you for the super chat. Shout out to Will. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Aussie. Appreciate it. But Tom's such a good guy. Tom's like, he has a lot of fun. He's really good. He doesn't do the whole news part of it, except like during events like today, which I prefer this side of Tom Crown because it's more about what's going on as opposed to just looking at fib lines on charts, which he does a lot. And he did some today, a little bit. But it is entertaining. And yes, as predicted, Chappelle wore the yellow tie. I mean, the purple tie. Purple tie. Yeah, I don't think maybe Robinhood was a little earlier with that. That's right. 2019 is when they started trading Dogecoin, though. So if there was ever a chat about Doge, it was probably when they started trading it. Yeah, I don't remember. I wasn't following Robinhood that closely then. Still in an uptrend. Yes. It's just we dipped. But if this can if this can get back up, right? And we can get and we can have this climb back up and get back out of the brown box, I'll call that a win for the day. That would be a win for the day. And again, this just may have been a final little leverage push, right? A sweep of some more of the new leverage, right? Because I called it 14.6, right? There it is. We hit 14.6. And what did that do? It took out that yellow bar right there at 14.6. So yeah, the heat map called it. The heat map called it. 14.6. And the price dipped to 14.55. So took out that $2 million leverage long on Doge. So they got it. Now we can move back up. That's what the game's about. That's what the game is about. Tom Crown is fire. Yes. Yeah, Tom does a great job. Very entertaining. Gets you through 2 hours of Fed crap. But it's good. It's good. I have it on the 5 minutes just because there's still a little volatility going on. We'll zoom out in a little bit. But it's still, I mean, some people new coming in needed to see that was how the trading went on FOMC. Really, really volatile, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? And that's what we expect on these Wednesdays, these FOMC Wednesdays. This is exactly what happens. And it wasn't just Doge, it was Bitcoin too. I mean, look at the Bitcoin move, right? Same thing. What's going to happen when gold and silver cools off? Yeah, gold and silver will probably cool off and they'll just drift sideways along with crypto. I don't think crypto is going to pump. I don't see a big pump in crypto. right now. The FOMC kind of ended up being a big nothing burger. Price came all the way back to where it was earlier today. Again, just had the volatility, taking out leverage, and that was about it. Imagine being one of those dudes who just lost $1 million. They don't care. Leverage traders, it's just an endless supply of money that they gamble with. They're not like you and me, Matt. The leverage traders are not like you and me at all. $1 million doesn't get much in Hawaii. I know. House prices in Boston still going up. They don't go down. Yeah, Doge wasn't added. Yeah, 18 maybe. I seem to remember early 19. I don't recall exactly, obviously, but yeah. So that's when the chat must have been. Gamble? What? We're just talking leverage trading now. We're not getting into the casino stuff. What, casino? What? That's the summoning word. You know that, Ryan, right? Casino. Casino is the summoning word. And she'll show up just like that. Did somebody say casino? Then she's like, oh, yeah. She said she was going to be really busy pre-Christmas. Pre-Christmas. Like, she's going to have some late appointments. Ha! There she is. That is awesome. Summoned. Yes. Oh. No, Ryan, don't say that. It was more fun to think that she got summoned. She wasn't just lurking. Yuppers. Yuppers. Yeah, things expensive in Hawaii. Yeah. Yep. The casino, a different kind of gambling. I'm starting to feel about leverage traders the way I do about politicians. Oh, you're a leverage trader. Oh, yeah. Well, now we have truly the aftermath dump going on. Not good. The only thing still in the green is ETH, just holding on from earlier, but everything else, even ETH is now back in its brown box. Ugh. Aftermath pump and then dump. Kriss is not happy. We're not getting this move back up. We're not getting this. Come on, Doge. I was never there. Let me go put my brown pants back on. Right. Well, yeah, where's Warbs? Where's Warbs? It's probably working, that guy. If I had that kind of money, I would not be a leverage trader. I agree. I agree. I mean, it's a casino that trades totally against you, sees all your trades and trades against you. You cannot win unless you just happen to be the lucky one to hit it right at the right time and short Bitcoin at the all-time high. And you don't know. You don't know when that's going to be. You don't know. Doge did hit 15 cents during FOMC, 15 cents, but then rejected. And then rejected. For those just coming in, we did have a 25 basis point cut. It's the third 25 basis point cut in a row. So from the summer when the Fed fund rate was basically just going sideways, then we had 1, 2, 3 25 basis point cuts. So a total of 75 basis points in the fall to end the year at this 3.5 to 3.75% range. And we will be looking for maybe just one cut next year. That's kind of what's being projected as we look at the dot plots, right? The dot plots are basically maybe on average one cut. But there's a swing from the board members, right? But you take the average and it's like maybe one cut next year. So when it comes to January, the next FOMC, it's just going to be a nothing burger itself. Sideways. So that was the dot plot we were looking for, but it wasn't super hawkish. Like none of these dots are coming back up. So no one sees the dots coming back up over 4. So that's not bad. And then there's this, of course, the one dot down here is the Trump appointed governor sitting down here who thinks that with Trump's new Fed chair appointee coming in May, we think is Hassett, we think there's going to be a push to drive interest rates down lower, but he doesn't get to decide. There's 12 on the board. There's 12 on the board who vote. And they have not been in alignment the last 4 meetings, maybe 5 meetings. It has not been unanimous, just like today was not unanimous. So kind of interesting. It does give a lot of volatility, though, and it gives the market makers a chance to wipe out more leverage trading, which they did a good job of that today. That's what we saw. That is what we saw. But it was a nice uptrend for the day anyway, until the aftermath hits and it dumps. We look at the top 100 cryptos and the ones that are up the most: Memecore, Say, Monero, Hyperliquid, Mantle, XDC, KuCoin. The ones that are down the most: Mix, Athena, Zcash, Starknet, Pump, Kaspa, and Pengu. Well, Pengu is still up on the week, just like Zcash, because Pengu had gone on a nice little run. So that's promising. That's promising. My first gambling machine was a slot machine on the ferry between England and France. 1 pound of coins gone. You asked your parents for more, and they said no. How did you recover financially? How did you do that? Matt used to work surveillance at a casino. Huh, Matt, you've got some stories to tell. Charlotte, of course, loves to play the slot machines on the ferry. Yeah, Romario, I've been saying that too. But I still think we're going to have a relief rally in the bear market. I still think we're going to have a relief rally. You're going to take Ryan on one of the ferries when you drive to France? How do you drive to France? Well, you take a little break on a ferry. Yeah. The Russell's lagging, or the Russell makes a new all-time high. We just looked at that, and crypto is lagging. Again, I mean, even last summer, people were projecting the Russell to go and make a new all-time high. And then on top of that, we're saying there's going to be a huge alt season, saying the alt season, right, the alts, the low cap cryptos, were going to follow the Russell. And I was like, no, there's no correlation there. The last time we saw that was 2021, but that's when alts were pumping on their own. It wasn't because of the Russell. It had nothing to do with the Russell. I happen to have half of my 401k plan in Russell, so I'm kind of happy. My 401k is actually looking very good, much better than my crypto portfolio this year. So I have that going for me. I got Vanguard and Russell in my 401k, and they're just, I'm glad I haven't touched those because they're hitting all-time highs. So I'm making money, but the crypto, it's been a tough 2025. Somebody looked at the Bitcoin yearly chart. The Bitcoin yearly chart, which is the 12-month chart. Yeah, kind of hard to see. But yesterday, that little red sliver you see right there, that little red sliver that you see there, that's the year 2025. It was a line yesterday. It was just a straight line. Like 2025 was nothing. 2025 was absolutely nothing on Bitcoin yesterday because it was just a line with a wick up and a wick down and a line. It was just like awesome. But then you look at Doge and it's a big red candle. So 2025, not a good year for Dogecoin. It's a big red candle. Now it had a big green in 2024, which was nice. But 2025, we were not expecting a big red candle down. So to end the year, that's pretty tough. ETH is look at ETH. ETH for 2025 is now a green line. Look at that. ETH is a green line. But everything else is red. Algorand, red. Cardano, red. HBAR, red. SHIB, red. Litecoin, red. Like everything's red. Well, BNB's green. We'll give BNB that credit. VeChain, red. Even XRP, red. Avalanche, big red. Avalanche was even red in 2024. Wow, I didn't know that. ETH Classic, red. So, yeah, that's 2025 was not the bull market we all wished it was. Just didn't happen that way. All right, come on. Little recovery going on. We got it on a 5-minute chart. Watch the recovery here. My average on XRP, 250. So if it drops to 50 cents, you're going to cry. XRP is not going to go to 50 cents. No. Maybe $1.50, right? Is that what it dropped to before? It's at $2 now. What was the most recent drop? How low did it go? It went to $1.82. The flash crash went down to $1.26. So XRP is holding up pretty well. XRP is holding up all right. Charlotte is learning Texan, and Ryan is learning French. Yeah, is it like the movies, Matt? We want to know. Cameras all over the ceiling, and then a bunch of guys sitting in a control room watching the monitor screens. That's what I think it is. Nobody in Texas actually says, bless your heart. Bless your heart. So if it does drop, I'll buy way more. That's all you can do. If you believe in crypto going forward, that's all you can do. Oh, you drive through the tunnel? I forgot that there was a tunnel now. But the ferry was fun. Yeah, it takes a little longer, but you get out of your car, stretch your legs, have a little bite to eat. All that. Crypto Cruise meetup. It's coming, Aussie. I don't think a lot of people are going to be able to really do it, but it's coming. you guys. Crypto cruise is coming. Stay tuned. Crypto cruise would be amazing, but would end up really badly. Why would it end up badly? No. It would be fun. Take over a cruise ship. What's the yellow dog? Pop, Coke, soda. It's soda. Pop is Midwest. Yeah, pop is just Midwest. It's soda up here. Or you just call it whatever the drink is. Like if you're drinking Sprite, you just say Sprite. You don't say pop or soda. You say Sprite because that's just what it is. But that's boring. Don't think you've ever heard Ryan say pop. Pax Cat. Yeah, Pax Cat would not be allowed on the cruise ship, unfortunately. Unless he was a service dog. But why couldn't you have a service cat? I mean, they always talk about service dogs. Why can't you have a service cat? I could put a little harness on him, right? Walk around with him. He would love that. That would be awesome. He would love that. We have burgers. Are we going to fill the October 10th crash wicks? Yeah. I think that's the bottom of the bear market for most. Is going to be going to that level. 9.5 cents for Doge. $1.25 for XRP. I mean, that's a big drop, but if it's a bad bear market, some have already gone lower than their crash wicks because they had more liquidity. So like Bitcoin didn't go that low on that crash wick. ETH didn't go that low on their crash wick because they had better liquidity, and so the price didn't drop as much. The best you've ever had? Well, it's the only you've ever had, right, Charlotte? My OCD? Oh man, it was so messed up earlier today because Tom had 3 charts. He had the Bitcoin and he had the S&P and he had what was the third one he had at the time? I don't think he had put gold on yet. And they weren't lined up right. They weren't lined up. And I was just like, Tom, my OCD's kicking in. The 3 charts are supposed to line up, and they were off by half an hour. I was just like, Tom, you're killing me. Killing me. Yeah, it's just something I deal with. It's tough, but I have to deal with it. My Boston slang, go park your car in the Harvard yard. Park your car in the Harvard yard. I don't have a Boston accent. Gladly. If you watch the movie Good Will Hunting, Ben Affleck, perfect Boston accent. Perfect. Crypto cruise. It's totally soda. Cola pop. Soda supremacy. Fizz. I haven't heard that one. Fizz. Yeah, crypto cruise. Wonder if we make an all-time high before QE or after Jerome steps down. See, I just don't think those are going to be like big deals. I really don't. Those aren't going to be like the big catalysts. There's got to be something else. The Titanic. I know, totally. I was just like, Tom, they're not lined up right. Because he had drawn a vertical line for when his live stream started, only on the Bitcoin chart. He didn't have it on the S&P chart. He only had the second line. And then he moved that over so it lined up with the first one. They were off by half an hour. And it was just like, ugh. No, I don't have a Discord. We hang out here. I've got a YouTube community. You can post stuff in YouTube community. We chat there, or you can find me on here on X at KrissPax. So you can always message me on X if you want to chat with me. A lot of people do. I get a lot of chats. A lot of chats from folks on X. So you can find me there. Tom Hanks and Catch Me If You Can. Was that really a Boston accent? Yeah. Hit those vowels hard. Hard. Tom Hanks, his accent is a bit like mine. It depends on what role he's in. He talks different. I'm a Dogeaholic. And you admit that? Do you need help? Good Will Hunting, The Departed, The Town. Kriss definitely does not have a Boston accent. A soft drink. A soft drink. That's so polite, Aussie. We'll call it a soft drink. Yeah, Trump seized a Venezuelan tanker. I don't know what's going on down there in Venezuela, but wicked smart. Yeah, you're supposed to, wicked smart is, I mean, the wicked is correct, right? Wicked. But smart is actually this. That's wicked smart right there. That's how you say it. Wicked smart. Fatmanai, how you doing? I have 2 buys programmed, 12.8 and 12.3. Fingers crossed for the big volume move down. 12.8 and 12.3. So yeah, that would be lower than Dogecoin has been all year, except for the flash crash on October 10th. Because the lowest it got back in April was 13. That was right there. So that would be, I mean, there'd be a lot of leverage being taken out right below there. That's for sure. A lot of leverage taken out. That would also break this red sloping up support line if it went down to 12.8. But I get why you do it. I mean, if it's truly a bear market, right, you're going to catch a downtrend, and 12.8 isn't really that far. So yeah, I can see that. If you believe we're heading towards a bear. I'm a Dogeaholic too. Doge is causing withdrawals from my penny. Oh, Venezuela has been selling oil to China. Interesting. It's like the New York accent. Hey, I'm walking here. Do I have a boat yet? I'm never going to get a boat. I like to go on rides on other people's boats, but I don't personally want to own a boat and deal with a boat. It's such a pain in the ass. I don't got time for that. But I like going on boats, just somebody else's. I mean, I'll help wash the boat off, right? I'll help with that. I'm not going to just go for a ride and say thank you, right? I'll help out. And I love going on cruises, of course. You don't have to do anything on those. Not very Viking of me. I know. Well, I'm a few generations removed from my Norwegian ancestry, so. But no. No boat. Turbo, had a boat once, discovered you're afraid of water. I don't know whether to believe you or not. I don't know whether to believe you or not. How high would your net worth need to be to comfortably own a boat? For me, it would have to be pretty high. Probably not 15. 5 would do it. Because then you've got enough money where you can pay someone, right, to take care of it for you when you need it. But it's right there whenever you want it. No, don't raid monasteries. No. A pontoon boat, really? Right? Yeah, I've been on a catamaran. Been hanging out way on the edge with a rope, right? With it tilted way out against the wind. That was cool. That was fun. But it wasn't my boat. You have to be rich to own a small boat in Washington. Yeah, see, in Florida, down there, got a friend of mine, lives right on Intercoastal, one of the branches off the Intercoastal, Florida. Doesn't cost that much. Doesn't cost that much to own a boat, to have you have your dock right there in your backyard, right? It's part of your house. It's your own dock, so you're not paying a dock fee. You just have to drive to the little boat gas station, right? Fill it up, and you're out for the day. $5 million. I know. I'd be in Florida and have a boat. Wouldn't have to deal with this cold Boston weather. If I win the Powerball tonight, I'll get a boat. McDogeface. Hey, where's Low Roller? Low Roller's got to come in here and give us the update on the lottery. We're waiting for Low Roller to show up. He always gives us the update. Lottery update. And then, of course, Pokemon card update. And then whatever else is going on. There would be signs. A Cybertruck wrapped in Doge. Well, did you see that? Who was it that posted that? That was just this morning, right? Yeah, Sir Doge of the coin. Did you see that? We showed it yesterday, the wraps you can get. But yeah. So that is at Doge Official, right? Sir Doge of the coin. Protector of coin. And there was this, right? You could get the Doge wrapped car. So these are the color, they call it a colorizer tool in Tesla. And as an example, they show wraps, and one of the wraps is the Doge wrap right there, which is pretty cool. And then there was this one that we showed, which was the photo booth, which is kind of their like Snapchat while you're in the Tesla car, and you can Snapchat with different backgrounds. And there's a Doge hanging out right there. And then somewhere I saw the Cybertruck wrap that that was on the Tesla site, which is different than Doge tipping. If you've seen Doge tipping, right? Doge tipping, he's the guy who actually owns the wrapped Cybertruck. This is his truck. This is his car. And I've had a ride in it. I met him in Vegas. Got to ride in the Doge wrapped Cybertruck. That was cool. Better than the Bitcoin conference was going for a ride in the Doge wrapped Cybertruck. But yeah, Doge tipping has it. This is his car. He loves it. Drives it around everywhere. California, Vegas. He's been to Texas in it. Yeah, very cool. So you want one of those, huh, Nick? So look up Doge tipping on X. Doge tipping. Cool guy. And that's it. That's his Cybertruck. At what point does your net worth go from wealthy to rich? Wow. I guess at the point where you really don't worry about money anymore, you know? I think it's something like that. You don't even think about it anymore. Money is, it doesn't matter. That's what I would say. When money doesn't matter anymore. Everything is too expensive. Well, you've got tax crooks. Welcome to Taxachusetts, right? I live in Taxachusetts. You talk about taxes. Do you know in Massachusetts, if you sell your house and you don't buy another house in Massachusetts, that they tax you on that because they think you've left the state? So they tax you on that too. That's Taxachusetts for you. I need my lottery update. Yeah, we need to summon Low Roller. We need to summon him. I have a boat. If you come to Greece, we'll take you out for a ride. Oh, I would love that. That would be awesome. All right, when we come to Greece, it may be a few years. Anthony gone. Con's still around, Campo. He was just here the other day. Anthony is taking some time off. He said he was traveling. How you doing? No. How you doing? That's a good one. I know. Isn't that cool? Doge tipping. That was fun. We were driving right down Las Vegas Boulevard. Had a big Doge flag mounted in the back during a Bitcoin conference, of course. It was awesome. Still at work, Matisse? Did the Fed cut rates? Yes. The Fed cut rates. The Federal Reserve just cut interest rates by 25 basis points, lowering the interest rate to 3.5% to 3.7% is their federal fund rate now. So yes, rate cut. You wouldn't know by looking at the charts though, because after all of the fun of the FOMC, the market dumped back down. When Trump starts testing nuclear weapons, oh God, yeah, I'm scared. ETH Denver, yeah, Doge tipping did drive to Denver. I remember that for ETH Denver, cruising around in the Doge Cybertruck. Yeah, that Cybertruck would look so good parked outside my salon. So yeah, when he pulled up at the Venetian portico to pick me up, like everybody just stopped and were looking at it and watching it, pointing at it, taking pictures of it. It's just like, it's that kind of thing. So cool. Me want. Me want. The Doge Cybertruck. Impervious to legal action. That's true too, RR. Exactly. Rich is when you can afford to buy a $5,000 handbag without checking your bank account. And you do it twice a month because it matches the yacht upholstery. Yes. Rich and broke at the same time. So you got no money to worry about because you don't have it. Your fuel prices are $5. We're at about $3. It's about $3 here. Yeah, that's high. Yep, they tax you for being taxed. Unbelievable. Right? You make a salary, right? You get taxed on it, right? For your income. You put the money in the bank, right? Let's say you put it in, you buy some stocks, right? Stocks go up, you get taxed on that, right? You can't win, right? You buy something, you get taxed on that. It's like taxes, taxes, taxes. The Cyclades, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm calling it Cyclades. The Cyclades. 25 cents is not enough. I don't know what that was about. We weren't talking about Dogecoin about that today. Since the yen rate increase is practically guaranteed, already priced in, I don't know what's going on with Japan and their rates. I guess so. The so-called carry trade that's been going on for a long time and now no more. I guess everyone's just kind of settled in on it is what it is. Hey, DB's here. I'm still on. I started early though, but you're here. Welcome. Chuck's here listening on the ride. So if your governor falls and bumps his knee, he screams, raise taxes. The cyber whistle? Sure, underdog. Can show that. So this is the cyber whistle. Comes in a nice little Tesla box here. See that? Got the little Tesla logo right there. Tesla cyber whistle. Nice little box. Open it up. Got the cyber whistle right there. It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. I got this in 2022 and I paid Doge for it. It was like 300 Doge at the time, something like that, 300 Doge. It was well worth it to get this. And it was a straight wallet to wallet transfer. There was no BitPay or any intermediary. And it's when you could buy this on the Tesla merch store directly with Doge. So there it is. Very cool thing. Doesn't really sound great. A little high pitched, not really loud, but that's it. I mean, it does kind of work. But it's more a cool thing to show off, right? It's a cyber whistle. It's a cool thing. It's definitely a cool thing. That's what I got it for. And plus to show that you can actually buy something with Dogecoin, right? Or at least for a while. So Some is best posted a short vid on the community page. We all need to do the iron will whistle. Get Doge back up. You're going to do a workout? Always good to do a workout. Stay healthy, man. John is here, checking in. Good to see you. Some weights and push-ups, always good. I have people tell me money is not everything. If you don't want your money, just give it to me. I'll take it. The whistle actually looks like a Cybertruck. I know, right? Before there was a Cybertruck, there was a whistle. The Cybertruck was not out yet, and they had the whistle. Gracie went crazy from the whistle. Hi, Gracie. Did you like that? Is it a Doge whistle? Yeah, it didn't summon Pax Cat. He didn't come. It's like, where's the cat? Nope. Looks like we had a little forward momentum in the dorks. No, actually, when he spoke, price was still going up. It wasn't until he ended that price dumped. This is when he ended, DB. Price was going up while he was speaking. And that was it. And then he stopped and it dumped. Same with Bitcoin. Same thing. Bitcoin was going up while he was speaking. So aftermath ends up being a dump. Very cool. Have to have a display. Yeah, it's just right here in the box. You can't really see it up on a display. It's too small. But yeah. You do a better whistle with your fingers. I know. I said it wasn't a great whistle, but it's a cool thing. Much cooler than your fingers, Turbo. She was cuddling and ran to the telly. It's like, hi, Gracie. You want to make a small business and only accept Doge? Well, ask Charlotte about that. What's the percentage of Charlotte's clients that pay in Dogecoin? It's pretty limited. So I would wait until Dogecoin is more widely accepted. Otherwise, your business isn't going to do very well right now. Unfortunately, that's the truth. If I work out, I will die. Well, Sticky, I mean, come on, you're a stick man. Yeah, you can just scroll back to right at the beginning, Gene. First 10 minutes, I covered everything FOMC. First 10 minutes of the live stream. Hey, Raiden, welcome. Good evening. How are you? If you don't think money can buy happiness, you don't have enough money. There is some truth to that. Your dog's perked up, Rachel? The sound of the whistle? It does kind of sound like a dog whistle. You're right. So it is a Doge whistle after all. Jerome was hawkish for 2026 as expected. Right, but it was expected. That was the thing. So it was expected. And we already thought from the last time they did a dot plot that there was probably only going to be one rate cut in 2026. And he pretty much confirmed that again. So no real difference. Yeah, this wasn't a Trapal thing. This was a trader market maker thing. Price was going up, and then they dumped it to take out more leverage long trades. And we actually called it 14.6 on Doge. $2 million got taken out at 14.6. And sure enough, red candle dipped down, took it out. The aftermath is what Fartcoin does. We can still blame Powell, sure. I was targeting 9.5 cents. And you wouldn't have gotten it at that price anyway on October 10th. It was a flash crash. It happened way too fast. Nobody I know got Dogecoin at 9.5 cents because it was there for only like a second. The lowest price I saw someone say they got was like 12 cents on that October 10th. I do have a few people paying in Doge. Interesting. Yeah, it's just not a thing yet. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Women, right? I'm teaching women about crypto. Ryan, come on. Help her out. Start teaching women about crypto. The bull run gets closer with every passing day. There you go. There's some positive thinking, right? The bull run gets closer. You're not Charlotte anymore. I forgot. Buy Dogecoin or else. You got 10.5? Nice. That's a good price. Super lucky. Most people had pending purchases and then waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And by the time it hit, it was already back up to like 12 or 13 cents. So they didn't get it at 10, even though they hit their button to buy it when it was that price. Oh, you like the French names. Chuckles. We need a Doge burger. Somebody did make a Doge burger a couple of years ago. There was a restaurant in Dubai that had a Doge burger. God, that was yeah, that was a couple of years ago. See if I can find it. Dubai Doge burger. See if that comes up. Yes. Yes. No, it's got to be Doge, 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 Doge. There it is, right there. See, Nick? See, Nick? There it is. The Doge burger, February 2022. Dubai opens a Doge-themed burger restaurant that accepts crypto as payment. It's a Doge burger. Doge burger. So yeah, it's been done. I don't know I think they're hush puppies. I think those are actually hush puppies that are on I don't know what it's on, what the patty is. But I think it's a patty with cheese and then these hush puppies. Mozzarella stick chicken sandwich. Are they mozzarella sticks? I don't know. I don't know. And the company probably isn't even in business anymore, but dogeburger.co. Dogeburger.co. See if that's still a thing. This was 3 years ago. Nope, gone. Sorry, they went under. Dogeburger.co. Rest in peace. Tough business. Tough business. You like the Chuck thing, huh? But Masheria is better. Got it. Please keep the live stream on for a few more hours. I'm supposed to go fix up the baby crib when it ends. You don't want to do it. I get that. Oh, that's good. Where's Doge going to be by Christmas? I still think there's a relief rally coming. Are we going to hit 20 cents, maybe 18? Again, is there going to be some news on X Money? Again, for those that didn't see my video this morning after the live stream, please go watch it. It's an update on X Money and what's happening with X Money. Still hoping Elon, the wild card, comes through 2025, X Money, Christmas, New Year's. Like, come on, Elon, let's do it. Let's do it. The Doge burger, hopefully not made with real Doge meat. The Doge lore. I know, right? But who knows more about it than me? I know all this stuff. I know all this stuff. Fix the crib or else. I don't know what's going on with that night token. I have no idea. Never heard of it before till yesterday. No idea. I have not booted anyone today. Hey, PaxCat. Hi. PaxCat is in the house. What you doing? You were summoned earlier and you didn't come. You come when you want, right? Because you're Mr. Independent. PaxCat in the house. For those that haven't seen him, there he is. Hey, he's not AI, he's real. Tail. Ah. All right, that was it. That's all we get. He's done with us. It's like that's all he wanted. Oh. Culver's should compete with Steak and Shake and do a Doge burger and accept Dogecoin. Look, the free marketing you would get for that would be awesome. I would eat that at least once. I don't think I would eat that. It's a Doge burger. Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. I remember that, Chihuahua. Yo quiero Taco Bell. X Money Hopium. X Money is a real thing, though, Dream Tanks. X Money is a real thing. Doge 1, I was always questionable about it because I knew it wasn't Elon. It was some third party. They still think they're going to do it. And I'm like, oh. Kriss, the Doge father. Thank you. I know a lot of stuff. Been doing this for a while. Would be best if X Money launches at the height of the relief rally. Well, we're not getting a relief rally right now. 14.4. We're going deeper into the brown box. Deeper, deeper, deeper into the turd hole brown box. Not doing what I wanted it to do. It's doing the opposite. Such a sweet kitty. Cutie pie. PaxCat. Really? You guys, you don't live with him all the time. Do you hear what they're saying about you? You're back. Hi. Sweetie pie. No. Oh. Steak and Shake is good. A little pricey, but it's good. What? Oh, God. Come on. There we go. I love kitties. We have too many. We just have this one. Another Dogecoin is dead thing. Well, 3 cents wouldn't be dead. 3 cents would still be alive. So I'll correct you on that. Yo quiero Dogecoin. Low roller. We summoned you. We summoned you. We want to know what the dollar amounts were for tonight's lotto. And you just go right into the Pokemon cards. But we want to know about Lotto. I know a lot of stuff. Yeah, I know, Nick, right? It's a good quote. I know stuff and things. Stuff and things. All good, all good. There were so many good commercials back then. So many good commercials. It's in the wrong box. I know, right? Oh, thank you, Charlie. Or Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. Better than this thing. No, he is. He's a good cat. He's purring. Very nice fur baby. What's up? What's going on, Kronos? Yeah, first 10 minutes, I did the whole thing about FOMC and what happened today with Chirpow, the dot plots, rate cut, covered all of that. And then we're just seeing the market dump. You like the Frisco melt? You don't get the Bitcoin burger? Come on. Bitcoin burger. I know, who goes to the movies anymore? Although I hear there's this ping pong movie with Tyler, the Creator, in it or something. It's like, what? That actually sounds cool. Like something different. I'd go see that. Right? Something different. Not all this retread schlock that's out there. Nobody has imagination anymore. But a ping pong movie with Tyler, the Creator, sounds very interesting. I'd go watch that. $930 million. Already? It got up that high, that fast? Wow. Well, not really crashing. It's not really crashing, but it is pulling back. I'll give you that. My 25-pound tuxedo cat likes to climb the curtains. Oh my God, 25 pounds. That's a big cat. About to pump. Please, may I have frozen shrimp? Please, please. Don't forget to smash the like buttons. Sub. Appreciate all subscriptions. Ryan went to see a movie yesterday. Is there anything good out? What's going on with Doge? It's the whole market, dude. It's the whole market. Everything pulling back. Everything pulling back after the FOMC ended. Big pullback. Look at Cardano. Big jump down. So, yep. All your sports cards were taken by your ex-wife. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Will. In fairness, I haven't been to a Steak and Shake. Well, you can go now, get a Bitcoin burger. The Avatar movies seem to be okay. I saw the first one. It was kind of cool. The story overall, not the best. And I did not see the other two. Ryan had a date with another. No, not a date. I know, the Russell 2K, we talked about this earlier, Anthony. Russell 2000 making a new all-time high. And there's no direct correlation between crypto and the Russell. I keep saying that again and again and again. In 2021, it just happened to line up when alt season was happening. It was a coincidence. Doesn't mean it was going to happen again. Pengu. I actually think Pengu is still going to do well. I'm not selling it. JP Morgan is trying to crash MicroStrategy. It's all FUD. It's all FUD tea. Watch the Andre Jick video on that, and you can just see it's all FUD. The whole thing about death spiral and all that, no. Total FUD. The banks just don't like Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, so they're fudding it all to hell. It's not going to happen. Would I be paying tax? I'm in Massachusetts. I'd pay taxes on anything. You don't have to pay taxes on collectibles while you hold them. Unrealized, don't have to pay. But if you sell it and you make money, yes, you have to pay taxes. Do I still believe in the release rally? The relief rally? Yes, I do. I still believe in a relief rally. All right, pays taxes once he sells. That is awesome, Prince and Duchess. After you go through what you went through, 24 years together, awesome. Love to hear it. Good for you guys. Good to hear it. To a conspiracy theorist, there is no coincidence. That is true, DB. How true. The XRP ETFs. Yeah, I don't know who else buying that, but nobody's buying Doge. The Doge ETFs are nothing. XRP ETFs. It must be the banks. No, MicroStrategy is not the next FTX. The MicroStrategy is a US-based public corporation, publicly traded. They're not an FTX. You have to pay taxes in Washington when you break clean. I know, we're right back to where we started. Exactly, Toss. That's what I said, a big nothing burger. It's a big nothing burger. Actually, we ended up just a little bit lower than we were on the dip this morning. Did a little bit lower. But yeah, we're right back to where we were at 10 o'clock this morning. Nothing. Taxed. You're welcome. Awesome to hear stories like that. I know the age verification thing in Australia. Not too good. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with this night thing. I don't even know what it is. But there's always something pumping, right? And there was a huge pullback too yesterday, right? There was a huge pullback. Up 115% today. Yeah, I don't even know what this project is. They started on Tuesday. On OKX. Just be careful for the other side. I wouldn't be buying it at 8 cents. Remember what I said about Zcash and $700? I said I wouldn't be buying that at $700, and it went down to $350, lost half its value. This could be the same thing. I wouldn't be buying this at 8 cents. It'll be back down to 4. I don't even know what this is, but I look at this stuff and you're like, yeah, no. Now you're chasing something that's already up high. Maybe you'll get a little bit, but it's going to dump. It's going to dump. Remember we saw it with Peak, right? We see it with so many new projects go on a big run. If you don't take profits, you're going to lose. Good luck. Good luck with it. Ah, the dancing Doge. We need to ask Candace Owens. What does Candace know? She seems to be whacked on so many things. Just totally whacked. Good night, RR. You're always afraid ICE is going to pick you up, drag you to Arkansas. Peak was waiting for that big pump. Arkansas. Candace is cute, but she's whacked, DB. She's whacked. Again, that's my opinion. Just my opinion. Right now, I'm into Narsha from Brown Eyed Girls. Narsha. Candace is a grifter, going as extreme as she can for her particular audience. Yeah, I don't trust her either, Nick. Tiffany Fong. You're a Tiffany Fong fan there, Ryan? Candace is cutest with her mouth shut. Oh, look at that dip. Dogecoin. Tiffany Fong in the thong. Candace was a lefty. She made Social Autopsy, a site that let people see people's social media history with the goal of doxing and shaming people. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Yeah, sure, Ryan. It was DB. Yeah, blame it on DB. Sure. As she's got the eyes, the ever-watching eyes. Oh, poor DB. Take the fall, DB. Take the fall for your buddy Ryan. Don't walk across my keyboard. No, no, no. You're going to mess up my live stream. Oh, cat. I know. All of a sudden she goes far right, but she's not really far right. She's right on some things, and then she's just whacked on others. So, because she's not true. She's not true right. I know, bro code, right? Bro code. DB likes the Asian ladies. You're buying some Dogecoin on the drop here, 1433, 1433 Dogecoin. Dogecoin goes down to 13 cents, you're going to buy more. And then pick up some Pepe. Pepe was actually doing okay for a while. It's at 46 now. Yeah. Big pullback on Pepe as well. But yeah, it's kind of been up and down. It had this big run here on Tuesday. That was nice. And then kind of up and down since then. Here's the 4-hour chart someone was looking for Doge. But now it's got this big bearish red candle today. Don't like how that played out. He walks across my keyboard because he loves me. I thought Ryan was over his Hooter addiction. I thought that's now in the past. He goes to Hooters for the culture. And the 5-star dining, too. Hooters has 5-star dining. Wink, wink. Doesn't it rhyme? 5-star. Still not buying. Kriss said 1 year. Kriss isn't buying. I'm waiting. It's a suddenly pasta salad today. Never sniff a cat's foot. I like you, Turbo. It's awesome. You come up with these things that are just... I've never heard that this US border rule thing, 5 years of social media history, I haven't heard that. It can't be in the past if it was never a thing. Good comeback, right? Did I sell today? Nope. I didn't sell. I'm waiting for the relief rally, man. Other than X money, what other things? Anything Elon related right now? Tesla? SpaceX. I'm just, that's all I got. Just got the Doge notification. Stupid Robinhood telling me that Doge is down, and I can see it right here on the chart. I don't need Robinhood to tell me Dogecoin's down. I see it right here. 1425. Deep in the bowels of the brown box. Deep in the bowels. My Danish grandpa went to a Hooters with me. It was one of his happiest moments. Oh. Feet, oh God. Charlie keeps asking for pictures of my feet. There may be a foot fetish there, Ryan. There may be a foot fetish. I know, ETH. It's trying to hold on, but yeah, not looking good. Not looking good. Yeah, UK digital ID. Are you Charlie, are you having to do this digital ID thing? Now she's going to her safe word. I'm watching on my phone. Despite zooming in, I can't make out where the brown box starts and finishes. I can help you with that. Brown box right here, down at the bottom. So the brown box goes from a low of 13.8. 13.8 to 14.8 is the brown box. And we are now right back down into the middle of the brown box. We're smack dab right in the middle. Where we are. We ain't getting jacked this year. I tried. I know I did. I really tried. I really tried. I even went so far as to say relief rally. I just want a relief rally. The bear market is just showing its ugly head. Relief rallies do come. Every past cycle, there's been a relief rally. If we don't get one, that'd be very disappointing. Very disappointing. But yeah, I do try. Yeah, someone clicked the video, but I don't bring it up. Yes, Charlie, the FOMC was today. You guys. I know, I had magnets and everything. Do we want to see Raiden's foot? Do we want a Raiden foot pick? I don't know. I would not offer that, Raiden. I would not offer that. Why are we not bullish? It's just not many people care about crypto right now. No interest. No interest. I watched all day and had 2 nothing burgers, but still have room for well, it's kind of sideways to down is what we see. Bear market. I saw your foot, Charlotte. I saw your foot. Charlotte, Charlie wants to see the foot pick. She does have a foot fetish. All we ended up with was anchors. Ugh. You don't know how my feet look. I have the queen fix them first and pay her with Doge for the pedicure. You always have socks on. Oh, that's funny. We might be sideways and down, but we have grown in our burger knowledge. And knowledge of so many other things too that we talk about here, which is awesome. Appreciate everybody coming in. I mean, what can you do? You see these big red candles and you're like, shee, what happened? But you know, one thing I didn't show, which of course goes back to my video this morning, the X Money profile still says launching in 2025. It still says launching in 2025. So I don't know if that's still a thing, but it's still there. It's still there. So we wait. So we wait. Oh, what's this thing? That was the volume. It's not really a dock, but that was the volume on the 5-minute chart. It was the volume when we were higher in price. I circled the big volume during FOMC and how it was going to quiet down. And you see the volume did quiet down for a bit, but here it picked up again as Dogecoin dumped lower. So we had a big tick up in the volume there that I wasn't expecting. But yeah, that's what that was. It didn't really look like a Doge head on the 5-minute chart. But you go out and it's like, oh yeah, it does kind of look like a dog, doesn't it? With like a stick coming out of its mouth, right? Right? Kind of like that. But that's what that was. That was the volume. I was expecting it to just quiet down, but nope. Hey, we're back up to 14.4. Maybe that was just a leverage flush dip and it's coming back up. Bitcoin had it too. So did ETH. I think they're just taking out leverage. That's what it looks like. Yeah, he was glad Norris won. I was like, the dude got 3rd place in the final race. The guy who actually won the final race did not get the season trophy. That was like lame. And also, what about the other drivers? They weren't even close. They weren't even close. Verstappen, Piastri, and Norris. And then like not like one other driver could have challenged Norris for that 3rd place. F1 is just, that's why I'm not a big fan. They're stupid races. You get one pass and then that's it for the rest of the race. Dumb. I think F1 is dumb. But hey, that's just me. What do I know? This makes the 3rd Christmas time I've been watching your streams and learning a fingerstyle version of White Christmas on the guitar. Oh, good. And how's it going? 3rd time, 3rd year on White Christmas. Yeah, what's Nick doing about that crib? You remember that? No. What is the time frame for the relief rally? The relief rally is beyond me now. Should have already started. We just got faked out. I had it starting back here, 1st of December. That's this white line. And it was going up nicely here. Past couple days. Boy, that brown box on the daily chart, that's heavy resistance right there at 14.8. Ugh. Look at that. Top of the bars, 14.8. We were supposed to be all the way up here to 16 cents. Remember, penny a day? Penny a day, right? We were supposed to already be 16. Heading up. All right, gang. That's what we got for today. Following up on FOMC ends up not being a great day after all. Tomorrow night, crypto taxes. Are you guys ready? Crypto taxes, the epic annual crypto tax live stream tomorrow night. Most people won't care, but it's worth it. I just do it because I like doing it and just spreading the word. But we got some new rules this year in the United States. Got new rules this year for taxes. So you might want to listen in. You just might. So we're ending at 14.4. We'll see how we're doing tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great evening. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.